This is basically a hair and makeup version of a garage grungy day because I actually waited and got a shower and got cleaned up before recording this. The brunt of the video is going to follow. But basically, Victoire, she is back to normal and gorgeous. We got her polished up a little bit after I got her running again correctly. And I think it's safe to say that this problem has been solved. The rough idle, the smoke coming out of the exhaust, everything is pretty much back to normal. So once I have not taken her out on the road yet, only because Werner is parked in the driveway here in front of the garage door, and I don't want to run him right now until I get that leaky fuel line replaced. So what I'm going to do is, like, tomorrow I'll come back out and I'll start Victoire back up a few times, let her run a few more times. She's still cycling some of the gunk out of the engine and out of the exhaust from when she was running a little rough the last week or so when I was trying to diagnose her. So I'll go ahead and do that. But pretty much, I think, thank God, I think she's pretty much fixed. This problem is solved, and it definitely was the engine control unit. 40-year-old part. It happens. But she's back to normal. All right, so check this out. So, just a tiny bit of discharge when I first started the car up. No black smoke. Reverse, neutral, drive, yep, just a little bit of discharge. So I think what happened is the engine control module. This is the original one, the 40-year-old part. I think that was the culprit. And of course, I've already replaced it and started. I've been fiddling with the car for a while now, but I shut it off and let it sit for several minutes while I put the floorboard back together, and then just started her back up again. But I think what's happening is the engine is simply cycling out all of the gunk from when it was running poorly the last few weeks. But right now, this is how she's supposed to sound. This is how she's supposed to run. Now, if Werner didn't have the leaky fuel, whoops. If Werner didn't have the leaky fuel line, I would go ahead and move the other cars out of the driveway and take the convertible for a little spin. But I'm not going to do that right now. I didn't want to spend all weekend in the garage. But I think it's safe to say that we have fixed her. She is, for the most part, back to normal. Just to give you an idea, and again, she's still spitting out a little bit. This was the first time here. This was kind of a little later. This was the bad. This was right after I replaced the unit and she was starting to spit out gunk. Then I flipped this over. This was after that. After that. And now this. So it's improving. There's no black smoke any longer. So I think she is fixed. I'm going to come out again tomorrow and start her up again a couple times, let her run. You know, if there's still some gunk in the engine, it's trying to work itself out. But she sounds normal now. This is what this car is supposed to sound like. She's idling correctly. I don't feel vibration from the seat like I was before. So I think we're good.